Espero que estén muy, muy,
I
muy
hope
bien.
you are all doing
Tengan un
amazing
buen fin de
and you had a
semana. Ahora a
good
correr.
weekend. And now let's start running.
Vayan levantándome las manos.
Start
¿Quién va a
lifting
ser
your, raising your
suficientemente
hands to see who's
para
going to
hacer el
be
roleplay? Jugar el
brave
rol
enough to
aquí
do the
conmigo.
role play here with me.
Antes que empecemos eso,
Before we
quiero
start that,
enseñarles
I
a
want
ustedes
to
la
show
plataforma.
you the school platform quickly so you can see what it's about. Can you see the screen? Yes? Can somebody let me know if you can see my screen, please? Somebody whose camera is on. Thank you, Marta. Irma, please help me letting people into the meeting. There are 4 people waiting. Okay, so this is the platform. We have 346 members. Like you already know, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, we are going to dedicate ourselves to see things from the business that can take you to the next level. So we're not going to spend time on how to search for your link. Why? Because if you can't access this platform and learn that, you're not going to do anything in this business. Not easily. Because we want to dedicate you the time that you truly want to grow the business with. Easier than this? Impossible. Onboarding. You go here where it says onboarding. It's where you can see everything that you need. And look, there's still a lot here missing, but do you want to learn how to do the upgrade? You want to learn it in 1 minute and 7 seconds? How to enroll someone from the first step to the last. How to find your link. Literally anything for a person who is enrolling new. Each pack, every detail out of each pack. How does the binary work in detail? Obviously, look, I did a drawing, a very nice drawing, how to change your language. And everything is videos of 58 seconds. If you cannot dedicate your time to this, just use the patches. Use them. Forget about the business, just use the patches. Because remember, this is our business. If we don't put interest into the business, you're not going to have a business. One of the things why we did this is, well, first of all, because to be able to do the training easier for all of you, that people who have been in the business for a month and a half asking, where can I find the link? Come on, man. A month and a half and you don't know where to find the link? Is this true? Here it is. It means that in a month and a half, you never paid attention. You were never interested in the business. Okay, do you want to be interested now? Perfect. Here's a platform where we are going to explain absolutely everything that you need to know. Is there anybody who is here who doesn't have access to this yet, please? And here I'm going to send you the link. This link, please copy it and send it to everyone in your team. It's free. I pay it every month. You don't have to pay anything. This is so you can send it to everyone. Another thing that you're going to see here, if you go to the calendar, well, there it is. You were already doing it here. You're going to have everything that has to do with the calendar for everyone. So when you access here, you're going to see all the calls. So if you're training here and you don't know what call is today, here you're going to find it, okay? For next week, you're going to be able to see all the calls here. So Monday, you'll see the call with a Zoom link. Everything is going to be there already ready for all of you. Here we can see who moves around most in the chat, who's more active, because here we can communicate, as you can see. You can support each other, you can help each other. Any question or any doubts that you have, you can write it down here. You can send it between you. That is why we prepared this. Does everybody understand this? The school? Let me know here in the chat if you have any questions about this, please. So we can touch that topic if you have any questions about this. All right, perfect. Thank you. Everything is very clear. Perfect. Again, here I'm going to put the link in the chat so you can have it. And we can. All right. Okay. So who's going to be the first? Come on, raise your hand. Who's going to do this with me? I'm not going to eat you. I'm not going to bite you. This is just practice. I saw some hands raised, but now they're not there anymore. Nobody's going to do it. Nobody wants to. Okay, there we go, Marta. Come on, Marta. You can unmute. There you go. Ready? Okay. Hi, Carlos. How are you? Very well. It's a pleasure. Hi, good evening, everyone. How long have you been in the business? Like for 5 months. Yes, I registered at the end of August. My friend spoke to me about the patches. I love the idea. I investigated. I said yes. And my menopause is in the past. I'm already a manager. I have a few distributors in my team. I love it. I'm happy. Okay, perfect. So let's do things simple today, okay? I want this call to be simple. In what sense? Because obviously, every Thursday we have a business presentation meeting, right? Do we all know this? So now I want you, Martha, to invite me to this business presentation call. Okay, to the business presentation call. But I'm going to do it, but let me tell you something. For example, as distributors, we have different situations. We find different situations that sometimes are not these precisely. I mean, yes, it does become a bit difficult for me, but sometimes the answers that we have to give people when they have objections, like, what do you think if you're inviting me? Let's change a bit. You're inviting me, and I'm going to tell you what people say to me, and you can reply to see what I should reply to these kinds of objectives. Okay? You don't know me, of objections, sorry. You don't know me, okay? But you want to talk to me about the patches, and I'm going to reply like how they replied to me. Okay, so I don't know you, and I just saw you walking on the street, and I went to talk to you about the patches. Well, we're kind of friends, we're acquaintances. You saw me on the street. We're not really friends, but you know who I am. What kind of a half a friend are we? You're the friend of my friend, okay? We've seen each other around. Hi, Marta, how are you? Hey, I'm doing well, thank you. And you? I'm doing good too. Have you spoken to Christina lately? Mm, no, I haven't seen you. I haven't seen her, sorry. You haven't seen her? Oh, okay, because we've been talking since a while ago about this great opportunity that she's working with me, and I need to give her something. I need to give her something very important. Do you know how I can reach her? Well, I do have her contact. Do you want me to give it to you? Yes, because, well, we can do a three-way you'd like, because, the her number that I have is incorrect because she and I started the business and now her number isn't working. Would you mind calling her a second to see if it works for you? Sure. Look, she's here. Us three are talking now. Okay, hi Christina, how are you? I'm here with Marta. She did a favor to me so I could call you. Remember the business that we were working, you and me, about the stem cell patches? Okay, so what I'm doing is that I'm not seeing you directly, okay? I didn't go directly to you. You see how I went to another person? Okay. Because many times when we talk, and I've said this to you, this is the strategy that I've used for millions of dollars for investors. You speak to someone as if I was speaking to you. Marta, do you know anyone who could be super interested in duplicating their income in the next 2 or 3 months without doing too much, just a product? Do you know anyone that would be open to hear about this opportunity? No, no, not directly, but what is it about? I don't know. Maybe I could explain it to someone. Okay, now you're interested, right? But I didn't go directly towards you. I asked you about someone else, right? Many of the times, and that's why I wanted to do this type of role play today, is that what you are doing, and Marta herself was commenting, you don't know anyone, right? Or you come to talk about someone. What we want you to do, only because you know what happened the other day? We did what Mike taught you. Were you in the call with Mike? Yes, of course. What did Mike do? Do you remember what was Mike's pitch to bring people into the call? I did see it, but I don't remember. Marta, I have an amazing opportunity to change your finances, but I don't have a lot of time to explain it to you. Could you come to this call at 7? You are going to learn absolutely everything. Look, here is a link. I'll see you later because I'm busy and I don't have a lot of time right now. I'm talking to other people. Sure. We had 400 and so many people in the call. And most of the people closed 4 or 5 during that call. We saw a growth and a close rate, drastic, a drastic growth in close rate because less is more. In which sense? The less we say, the more we're going to achieve. If now I start, hey Marta, how are you? Have you heard about Cristina? No, I really have to speak to her. Marta, look, I have a patch product which elevate your stem cells. Are you interested in the business? The chances are very high that you're going to reject the business, right? And obviously, each case is completely different, right? In the case of what you were saying to me about role play, we have to measure the person and the case. I can't treat you like in the same case that we know each other and I found you on the street and I'm asking you about Christina. If I don't see you and I don't know you here, I have to break the ice. I have to start the conversation. But with me, directing the conversation. And this is something that we need to practice. That's why I like to do it even more. We're going to leave this easy. So we just have to know how to bring the person to the call, okay? Hey, I have this great opportunity of investing, not a big investment, a lot of income. Come to the call and I will explain everything. And that's all. We don't practice anything else, just that. Okay, yeah, I got it. But Carlos, sometimes people, I don't know if we're talking about necessarily the business. They're interested in the patches and want to try them. But we've found that they say, okay, let's see what you answer. They say, hey, Carlos, but those patches that you spoke about, I don't know, what are they made of? Because I heard that they have to do with acupuncture, and I don't know, the priest told me that I shouldn't use those things. So no, thank you. Sure, Martha, I understand that, but where did the priest get that information from? Well, he investigated and he said that that's against God, that it's acupuncture and you shouldn't do that. Well, Marta, okay, I do understand what your priest says, but being a pastor of a church and being a person who has studied the Bible church for 2 years, and I know the Bible from front to back, in no place of the Bible does it say that you should not use some kind of medicine. Maybe in Jehovah's Witness or those people that don't believe in medications, but not in the Bible. They don't say that you cannot use any medication. But the best thing about this is that it's not a medication. It's a technology. Yes, but what do you mean by acupuncture? Because that offends God. Um, no, that doesn't offend God. It's just a perspective of each person, Marta. Yeah, because that's what one person said to me. And then another, because I don't know what's going on with people here. But then another person said the same thing. And those patches, what do they have? Because what are those crystals made up of? I don't know. Could that offend God? Okay, look, this is something that we all have to have clear. We're not going to close everyone, okay? And one of the things that I've learned, okay, look, I've had people come to me and say, Carlos, I want to work with you as a coach. I'm going to pay you your $20,000. And I say to them, no. But why? Because the person is more a problem than the $20,000 that I'm going to get paid. And there are some people that you can be the whole day telling them, look, this, look, that. But you know what? They're going to make you lose your time. And obviously, you're not going to say that to them, right? Yes, but apart from that, you know what? Obviously, don't worry. Maybe it's not your moment. Maybe later when you're more informed, you might be interested. But don't worry. I'll see you later. Okay, now let him go. But apart from that, here the problem that I see that I don't know how to manage is that people talk bad about the patches because of this, and it's frustrating me that they don't have the information like they should. And so I get very frustrated because people aren't investigating how it should be. Look, I try to say things the correct way, right? And sometimes I don't say it that way. And, somebody starts talking about something, and I'm like, no, yeah, sure, I understand you. But Marta, I don't know you too well, right? No, okay. How would it be if I would start to talk about crap about you without knowing you? It's the same thing that you're doing with the patches. You don't know them. You haven't taken your time to investigate them. You haven't taken your time to do your diligence to take a decision. And the only thing that I'm asking you is to allow me to send you the information, because if you're going to have an opinion on something, I don't want the day of tomorrow, Marta, that you have an opinion of something in front of someone else and to look bad. So before you look bad, let me educate you. And afterwards, you can say no. That's fine. But take this information, educate yourself first. So if the day of tomorrow you need to talk about this, you can have a backup and not speak in the air. You can have something concrete about what you need to say. Let me send you the information. Bye. And that's all. Because when you start having that resistance, and like I said, that's why I said this at the beginning. If you can't access school to watch the videos, get out of the business. Because you're not going to do this business or the other business or the next business. You're not going to do any business, because easier than this, there is nothing. None of my 7 businesses are easy. None of them. I have to work 20 hours a day on all my businesses. In this one, I just have to enroll into a call with you. Imagine with all the things that I do with you. So if you can't access to see the videos in school and to educate yourself, bye. And that's the same thing I say. Obviously, I don't say this to people. It's in my mind. I say it to myself in my mind. Yeah, what I say to them is that in the link that I sent you from the company, you have all the information there. Search wherever you need to search. Yes, and that's why what we do, the school boards. Why do we have boards, right? Because this is something that you have here in text messages. So, okay, yeah, don't worry. I understand that information that you have is possibly somebody who gave you the incorrect information because I have the correct information. Let me send you the correct information so you can see it, you can study it, you can investigate it. Look, if you want to also pass me your phone, let me go to YouTube and you can read all the testimonials there. Are you going to hear something negative? Sure. You know what? You eat meat? You know, have you heard about what they say about meat that it causes cancer? Do you eat vegetables? Yes, I eat vegetables. Well, also, there's 1,000 videos that say that vegetables cause this, and that. If you want to find something bad about something, you're going to find it everywhere. You understand? But I can send you scientific things from the doctors and inventors that are talking about this patch. Here it is. Bye. Okay, it's clear. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you, Marta, for participating. Thank you. I hope this helps. All right, Luis. Sorry, let me go there. Luis, hi. Yes, we hear you. Well, I've also gone through things with people that I know and that I who I love. For example, I went to my son's home in New Year and his mother-in-law was sick and I went to patch her and she was very happy with her patch. And my son's wife, her daughter, started saying, "No, no, no, don't put this on my mom. Come on, blah, 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 blah," and this and that and this and that. I told her, but this isn't going to do anything to her. It's going to take away any condition that she's suffering. And my son's wife didn't allow me to patch her mother. So I felt a bit bad, but well, I understood that people don't know about it. They don't have the information, so I just let her. And today it happened with a friend of mine who is in the hospital, who had a stroke, and it was the same situation. I went to see her with her mom, and when I talk about the patch, she was like the ill person was like, "Yes, please patch me," and her mom didn't allow me. She was like, "No, no, don't patch," as if it was something bad. And I explained, "Look, this is a technology. This is a thing that not a lot of people know, that is already causing a revolution in health." I had showed her a video of a person who had a stroke a little while ago. They put that in the chat, and I put the video on the chat video so she could see it. But as you say, people believe what they want to believe. And sometimes it's difficult, you know? Those things happen to me. I don't know why, but yeah, they happen to all of us, not only you. And the worst thing of all this is that the closest people to you sometimes are the worst. Yes, that is correct. And this is something that I talk to a lot with my students and also obviously with you. It's that since, how can I say this without offending family? No, they're not seeing you, don't worry. Since they are possibly stuck here, anything which is different to what they see, what they're used to, they reject it. Yes, I understand. And that's why they're stuck there. And that's why they never gotten out of there because each time that they see, they're like, no, 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 no. Are you crazy? All right, bro, I can't work with you anyway because you understand. But in those cases, before you patch them, what I do is I tell them, look, this has changed my life. This is changing millions of people's lives. Here is a testimonial of that. This isn't a drug, it's a technology. You're in the hospital already with a stroke. This is only going to help you. Do you want to use it? Yes or no? No? Okay. And that's that. I gave you the opportunity. I put it in your hands because you know what is going to happen? They put it in vision. This is going to be on Netflix. And when it's on Netflix, everybody's going to be asking you, Luis, but you were in the patches. And no, you never said that to me. No, I did tell you. Remember when you were in the hospital that I was going to patch your mother-in-law and you told me that I couldn't? Well, this was what it was. You can't fight with people. This is a numbers game. And he's not here right now, but he's like my fourth line. But he is speaking to everyone, and he has already enrolled very important people in the sense that you never know which person you're going to talk to who is going to say, "Oh my God, this is what I was searching for." I just finished a meeting right now for our other business, financial services, which is another multi-level, but in the world of financial services. And I brought in a lady who maybe you know her. Her name is Alejandra Ramirez, who does different things in finances, and she's important in the financial world. So I brought her into the business and into my team, and she met with me today and she said, Carlos, thank you, thank you, thank you, because you called me. If you wouldn't have called me, I would still be writing one policy at a time and I wouldn't have a team. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. And from her, I receive money every day, every day. I'm not doing any policy, but I'm getting money from her. And if I wouldn't have spoken to her, what would have happened? You never know. You never know. If they say no, just next, go to the next, because words are never going to run out. It's part of the job. Yes, it's part of what we're doing, and that's what we have to do consistently. Okay, not you? Okay, perfect. Did I finish my conversation like Mike did? And then I say, hey, but the only thing I want to ask you is to remember me when you hear about this again, okay? Can we reach that deal? Okay, perfect. Thank you. Thank you, bro. Okay, Caro. How are you, Caro? Hi, how's everyone doing? How are you, Carlos? Very well, thank you. And you? Very well, thank you. I'm going to use the speech that I've been using for some calls that I've been doing. And can you let me know what I'm missing? Okay, I'm doing this via phone. We're not seeing each other. Okay, hi, is Carlos Garcia? Yes, how are you? I'm doing good, Carlos. How are you? Well, very well, thank you. Excellent. You have a few minutes to have a conversation with me, or am I calling you in a bad moment? Yes, I have a few minutes. Carlos, if I'm calling you, it's because at some time we have met at some event and I have your phone number via that event. And I dared to call you for two things. I don't know if you remember that I was representing my company embroiderment company. Do you follow me on social media on my embroiderment company? No. Well, okay. I'll give you the link, and if you need any embroiderment or anything to be personalized for your company, I can help you. But the reason of my call is completely different. So I'm going to take advantage of being connected with you via that business because I have an opportunity, something new, innovative, and I would love you to receive more information if you're open to that. Well, right now it's not possible. I don't know what it's about. Could you tell me a bit more about what it is? I would love to, but I don't have a lot of time right now because I have a list of people that I'm calling, but I would love to invite you to a call that we're going to have this Thursday where we're going to talk about everything in detail. But I have to tell you that it is an opportunity of wellness and finance of improvement with an amazing product, and I would love you to be there. But right now, I can't speak into details because I have a list of people that I need to talk to today. Would you give me if I can send you, would I be able to send you via WhatsApp the link to access that call? What do you think? Sure, send it to me and I'll see if I can access. Okay, well, in the next minutes, you'll receive a message from mine. If you have any questions, we can communicate via message, okay? Perfect. But they've also told me that they're not interested, though. No, I know, and they're going to continue saying that to you. They will continue. They're like, yeah, I'll follow you against I need something, but I'm not interested in the call. Okay, thank you. But take into consideration that you might need it sometime. You said everything great, but you said everything great because you didn't give me information, okay? Because when we talk too much, if you don't know about the business from up to down, left to right, you're going to speak too much, and the person probably will realize that you're not feeling comfortable. So maybe what you can do, and more now that everybody knows a bit more about stem cells. No, this is a great opportunity to be able to invest and work with stem cells. That's it. Because that can attract the person. Oh, what do you mean? Stem cells. It's a new technology that, well, I'll explain everything. We work with stem cells, but we're going to mention everything in the call. 15 to 20 minutes is something that you can spend in that meeting, and I'll help you with any questions that you have. Yes, I've done that, but depending a bit on the type of person that you have on the other side and how they answer, you can get nervous or it can give you more power. When you feel that the person is receptive to what you're saying, words flow better. And yes, sometimes I say activate your stem cells, but other times I freeze if I see that they are putting like a stop, like they don't want me to continue speaking. But yes, I will always have that into account to remind them that it activates stem cells. Look, if you see that the person is rejecting or whatever, and it's time to go. I know, I understand that you don't want to do it. I know the only thing I know is that this is changing the world, and I just didn't want this opportunity to pass through you, to pass by you. So I'll just send you the link via WhatsApp for the Zoom call. If for any reason you decide you want to hear, you've got it there, okay? But no need to do anything you don't want to. But again, you will probably hear about this in the future very soon and you'll remember me. That's all. Look, how many people have you said that to in that call? Oh, you're on mute. Like 10 people. And out of those 10, only 3 went to the call. But wait, that's a 30%. That's excellent. Claro, that's a 30%. Everybody who is here from 10 people that she called, 3 went to the call. So if she speaks to 100 people, 30 will be at the call. And out of those 30, how many can enroll? Yes, I have to continue doing it because I started really well. I reached manager. I have 11 people in my team, but it got stuck. Like after the start, it stopped. And I realized, and it's something that I repeat myself, the people who took me to manager are not going to take me to director. So I need to continue calling to bring in more people to be able to get to the next level. Because the ones who are in, they froze. And I don't want to stay here. I didn't enroll to stay where I am. And those people who are there, well, we have another call now, but are you in the next call? Okay. We're going to talk about this in that call. We're going to start that call with this, okay? Thank you, Caro. Karina. Hi, good day. Look, I just wanted to add two things, especially because I have done this type of calls, and also because I found in the market that there are people that suddenly, well, I'm with my son for a long time, and I see that they're tired or, that they look with lack of energy. And I'm like, hey, how's it going? Kids, right? They can suck all the energy out of you. And I tell them, not even with three coffees. And then I told them, look, I'm using a patch, and I show them my patch, and these are amazing. Have you heard especially about stem cells? Well, no, I haven't. Wouldn't you be interested about hearing a bit more about this? And if they say yes, immediately I ask them for their Instagram or follow me on Instagram. And that's when I say things directly to them. And also, for Senor Luis, I learned that I can't go patch someone, especially because they are they don't trust. So when I want to give someone a patch, especially because I don't want to give them to anyone, normally I have little bags or 5 patches, and when I know who I'm going to give it to, I ask them for the name, their address, and everything because I tell them in 5 days or in 2 days, I'm going to call you. The only thing I'm going to ask you is to let me know what you felt. No commitment. And since I know that they're going to feel something, immediately I send them the message. For example, how did you feel, darling? Well, depending on who this person is and how you direct yourself to them, I always go to women, especially, or I say, how do you feel, darling? And she told me, they gave me energy. I slept better. Okay, perfect. Would you like to start with for 1 month or with 3 months? And sometimes they're like, okay, let me know about this. And that's when we start talking about money. But normally, I don't ask for permission, but I give my patch value because it's an investment that you're giving. And before I would patch everyone, and many times they're like, oh, I forgot to use it. Oh, I never put it on. So that's a waste of energy and time and patches. Yeah, exactly. So the other thing, especially when I want to invite them to a call, oh, I very much liked what Mike said, which is in the same day because people either they're on their phone seeing something and they want to hear something, or there are some people, for example, that you're not going to make them go to a meeting, even if they have 2 or 3 times free. So I asked them, what are you going to do this afternoon that is going to make you earn $100, for example? I always say $100 because I know how to earn $100 sending 2 sleeves of patches. And they're like, no, nothing. And I'm like, okay, what do you think if you come to the call just for half an hour? If you get bored, you can leave. I always say that. And they're like, what it's about? And I told them, I have 2 professionals who are going to teach us about how to generate those $100 from your phone. And many people have also said to me, oh, but what does it have? And I'm like, look, I never studied to be an inventor, but we already have someone that is even going to have a Nobel Prize. And he already burned his eyelashes to create the technology. We just have the results. And I tell them, look, I have this, and that person with results. Happy because we sleep better, because we've got a lot of energy, because we don't have pain here and there. And each time when I see that they're older than 40, and I tell them, and guess what? We continue getting older, and that's something that we don't want. So we found, I tell them, the button for eternal youth, and people are interested. I try to be funny because when people like you, some people might not like me too much, and they're like, oh no, here she comes. But mm, many times we're so busy that if you take them a bit out of their routine, they possibly can listen to you, accept the patch, or can even want to purchase it. So that's what I wanted to share. That's perfect. You said exactly what it is. Excellent, Karina. Thank you. Oh, and the last thing, when they say that they don't want anything, I ask them, do you know that somebody that could benefit from my patches or that would like to earn $100 or 200 additional dollars for gas? And truthfully, they start thinking like, oh, she's not going to stop. She's not going to leave me alone until I don't say something. But many times, even if they say yes, they don't enroll. And at the end, numbers talk. How many people we talked to shows us the results that we're going to have. How long have you been here, Karina? Using the patches 45 days and enrolled 2 months. And how are you feeling? I'm doing great. Look, I finished my other business and I literally started in January, at the beginning of January. And in December, we reached manager, but I think I'm selling a lot of patches because right now I can choose who I want to work with. I don't have to beg people because we haven't been here for a long time and this is just starting, so we have to get on that wave. Yes, exactly. And I don't know who was here. Well, I wasn't able to see them because I was in a conference at church, right? And what David is launching now is something that you can use to speak any language. What does that mean? If you don't start working, North Americans are going to start working and they're going to enter our business and they're going to recruit our people because now they have the technology to do it. Just like right now, I can go to Asia. I can go to Israel. I can go to any market that anybody has that other people weren't in. The difference is that somebody's going to do it and somebody's not going to do it. So if you let a North American do it, they're going to start to attack everyone with AI in Spanish. So we have to get ready. Thank you very much and congratulations for that amazing content. Awesome. Thank you. Alma, let's go with you now. Hi, how's everyone doing? I'm in Tamaulipas, Mexico. Good evening. And I have cousins who purchased 3 patches and I gave them 2 more. One of them has used 3 patches and she said she felt with a lot of nausea. She didn't vomit or anything, but she was amazed because she had a lot of nausea. And I did what you were recommending. Oh, okay. You don't want to use them, then give me the last 2 patches that I gave you. And if you don't want to, she had already accepted that she wanted to continue, and now she was saying that she was feeling nauseated. So I asked her if she had drunk water, what had happened if she ate too much, because one of the ways that the patch works is that it limits your hunger precisely. And she's a bit chubby. So I said, that is what it's about. And she's a leader. That's why I liked that cousin. The other cousin hasn't even found the patches. She hasn't even worn one. So I told her, well, give them back to me and I'll give you the 200 pesos that you paid me from the 5. So I want to be like this person that we just spoke to because it's the best way to speak. So I would like to have that way of speaking like her, but I can't speak as openly as her. And I would love to patch everyone, but I'm not going to lose my patches. No, Alma, of course not. One of the things that sometimes happens to people, and this can happen to all of us, to many people, is that the body is doing a detox. And you have to go through the detox. Most of us have to go through detox because we are dirty, the body isn't healthy. And what are the stem cells doing? They are cleaning you from all that. That's why you have headaches. That's why there's a video that I was able to translate with AI from English to Spanish that a doctor speaks about the process of detox. We also have some paperwork, documentation that talk about detox, nausea, headache, muscle pain. These are things that can happen to you in detox, but it is very common. And when this happens to someone, that's what we have to explain to them. Oh, you're going through a detox. That is what I am going to do because I'm very interested that my cousin, who was very enthusiastic from the beginning, suddenly she doesn't feel well. And she's been with nausea for 3 days. And she took the patch off and the nausea went away. So I'm going to tell her that precisely this afternoon, this evening, I'm going to see her. I'm going to tell her that it could be a disintoxication and that I spoke to you because it is important for me to let her know that the people who know I have been using the patch for 15 days and I've improved in many things, but I didn't know about the detox though, that it could be. So I'll do that. Thank you very much. Thank you, Alma, and I'm happy to see that amazing energy that you have. I love you. God bless you. Maggie, I know that your hand was raised and I saw you hide it, but your turn. Maggie's? Okay, there. Thank you, Carlos. It's a pleasure. Look, right now I was hearing you, and I only have two questions, okay? I've been using the patches since like November, around November, due to my health, and I just started working the business. I hadn't been in any of these conferences, but right now, listening to you, for example, right now I have two prospects, but they're in Mexico. With the same link, I just send them the link and they can enroll, or do I have to enroll them? Okay, I would be able to do, if I were you, I would do it with them by phone or by Zoom because what is going to happen is that they're not going to choose the auto shipment. And you need them to be on auto shipment. Two things about the auto shipment. The auto shipment, you need it to do to have your patches and money every month, which is something that we want to have. Money incoming every month. So each auto shipment is money in your pocket. Okay, so when I send the Zoom link, my link, they are going to see the amount in Mexican pesos or in dollars. In dollars. Yes, Canada, Mexico, and the US is in US dollars. But they can pay with the normal regular card. Yes, your bank is going to do the exchange on its own. Okay, that was my question. Thank you. All right, guys. Well, for some people who ask me, what is the next call that we're going to have? We have a weekly call for people who are already managers. That is called our Path to Director. And these are people who are already managers that we're helping to reach the director rank. If you're not a manager, you're not in that call. So that is what we're doing in that call. And afterwards, we have calls from directors and others like senior director. Something very important that we need to understand all these things which are part of the business. But the easier we can do it, the better it's going to be. Do you know that each Thursday we have a call? Today is Tuesday. Let's call what Caro's doing. Call 10 people. Out of 10, 3 went to a call. If you speak to 10 people a day, in 1 week, that's 50 people. That's 15 people that could be in our call if you have the same ratio of 3. Out of 15 people, if you enroll 3, you enrolled 3 in a week. And if you did the same thing last week, that's 3 more, and 3 more, and 3 more. And if you enroll 3 a week during 52 weeks, You're talking about 156 people. There is not much. We don't have to think so much about that. And I loved how Caro said it. You have to make it simple. Hey, look, I out of those 10 calls, she got 3 to hop into a meeting. There's a probability that if you do it differently, they're going to say no. Nuria, I have 2 minutes for your question. Nubia, 2 minutes before my next call. Nubia, oh, sorry. I hadn't heard that it was me. I apologize. Good afternoon, everyone. Good evening. Oh, we can't hear you. No, zero. We don't hear anything. Oh, now I hear you a bit better. Try now. Okay. Can you hear me? Yes. Don't move. Okay, I was saying that I heard that the next country that you're going to launch is Colombia. And I got very happy with that because very little people know about the patches here. So it's great because we're going to be pioneers. I have a paramedic nephew in Italy, and I don't know how to talk to him yet because I don't have the knowledge yet. That's why I'm here. So I have a few people that could be interested. I have a friend in that does acupuncture, and I know that it's going to call her attention a lot, but I still don't know how to sell the idea, how to pitch it. Initially, I thought about the health route and afterwards the business and that they can work it. So for a person who is a health professional, I don't know how to focus the business. The best thing is to invite them to a call. And who did you sign under? Who's your upline? Marta Villa. Okay, Marta has a link. She knows that we have a group which is called Be the Light Europe. And I think that last week, my wife is going to tell me of next week, we have a business opportunity for the Europe team, which I do at 2 p.m. My wife does it at 2 p.m. here, which would be 9 or 10 p.m. there, depending on which country you're in. Obviously, because at this time they're sleeping over there. So you can invite that person to that call because obviously until you don't feel comfortable in speaking, and that's why it's very important for you to enroll into that school, into these trainings, because literally on Saturday I'm going to be more time recording videos in school than literally the volume. What is the volume? What are the commissions? How explaining to all of you point after point after point after point so you don't have any doubt at all. If you have questions, you are going to find all that information there. And that is what we want to do for you. We want you to have everything in your hands. Oh, wait a second, let me write to this person so they can tell me. No, you don't need to write to them. You yourself can search for the information. And we recorded the videos for you to be able to see the video. If you don't know how to enroll someone, you can see that video and you can enroll people at the same time following the video. And that is how you're going to learn. I've never done an insurance policy in my life, but I started the business. What did I do? I studied the videos and I did my first policy watching a video. Okay, perfect. Now I know how to do it. The same thing that my wife, Joey, and Jake did when we started the business. We watched the videos and we just started with what we learned. I don't know when we're going to be in Colombia. God willing, it will be very soon. You know what? I need to send a message. I need to message Joroldo to see what he says about that. All right, guys. God bless you and see you. Remember, on Thursday, we have a presentation call. We are going to call all those interested people. You have the link for that call. Invite them. Invite those people to that call like Caro did here. Very simple, very easy, and we'll see you there. Bye, guys.